Good YouTube. This your man Spill Dog. You know what? I would like to see Shakur in the ring with Frank Martin next. Frank Martin would be a real test for him, and it'll show everybody a lot. I think if I think Frank did pretty good against Tank. Although I felt like Tank carried him a couple of rounds. But I still felt like he did good, especially the first 3 rounds against Tank. And to be honest with you, Shakur don't have the power that Tank have. So I think Frank could fight a different fight against Shakur. Frank wouldn't have to bag up so much and fight out the back foot like he did against Tank. With Shakur, he could fight the way Frank is kind of like Spence in a fact where, in a sense, where he liked to fight going forward. He's not really a back foot fighter. He used to going at guys, and I think Shakur liking to be. Shakur like to fight coming to him. It do make things easier when the fighter coming to you and you just gotta and you kind of counter punching. But I think they styles would kind of match. Frank want to go forward. Shakur want to go backwards. And I think Frank could probably get him in the corners, and if he work, he could get some work off. Is Shakur a better boxer? Yeah, but I'm not sure if he a better fighter. See, because sometimes you can go in there and turn this boxing match into a backyard brawl and go in there and be a little bit not yourself and force this kid to fight and find out what he really got up under the hood. I think both of them good fighters. I'm a Shakur Stevenson fan, but he sure be out there popping. And I don't mind you popping like that. He is winning his fights. And he is winning the fights, but you go ask anybody who 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 you think who did Shakur fight his last 4 or 5 fights? They won't remember. They'll remember the last fight because it just happened. But you can't just sit there. Jamal Herring is maybe one or two people that you can just know off the top of your head. He fought because these guys he fought don't have no type of nothing. No, don't have no name really. Let's put it like that. They don't have no credit to. They don't bring a lot of credibility. Because don't nobody even know who they are. A lot of them. And I'm not saying it's his fault, but I mean, I think it's kind of. I think he been fighting the same old fight as Frank Martin been fighting for the most part. He do got titles, but can anybody tell me who he won the titles against besides Jamal Herring? No. So it's time for him to start fighting. Artem. Only reason why we know who Artem is because he just fought Frank Martin. Honestly, if it wasn't for Frank Martin, wouldn't nobody know who this dude is either. It's time for him to step up and start fighting the Frank Martins, the all of them, Richard Comey, any of these dudes that's good at 135, it's time for him to start fighting some of them cats so we can see what's really going on. I mean, we need to see him get pressed in the ring. Well, he kind of did against De Los Santos, and the boy from the islands came after him too, Nakatali or whatever. And that's when I realized he didn't like to get hit hard. Tim Bradley said it in the interview about how. About how, I mean, while he was watching the fight, about how Shakur didn't like that power, and I think Shakur done talked enough shit about Frank where Frank will really want this fight, and I think I'd like to see that fight. I really would. I would love to see Shakur and Frank get in the ring. Because him calling Frank a C-level fighter and all that. I think and to some degree, I'm in agreement with that. But I think he's a B level fighter. I don't think he's a C level. He's been fighting Frank Martin, C level fighters, and he stepped all the way up to the major leagues. I think skipping that step is what made it look so bad when he got knocked out by Tank and had Tank just dominant. His Tank power just had him completely in check after the fourth, fifth round. He was that power had him. Uh, on his back foot. Shit, if it weren't for the rope, Frank would have fell out the ring. You know, he was going back so much. And that was because of that power that Tank had. Shakur don't have that. Shakur got skills and hella defense. But I have seen guys, even Floyd, when Castillo came at him rough and rugged the first fight, sometimes that technical guy, if you can press him, if you can stay in his chest, shit, you know you can take him out of his game. You really can. So that's the fight I'd like to see next for Shakur and Frank. Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. And let's see how he looking there with that so-called C-level fighter, or what he called Frank. I think Frank is better than that. I just think Tank is a beast. But I do think Frank is better than a C-level fighter. And I think he gave Tank a good fight, and I think he'll give Shakur a run for his money too. And if he catch him, anything can happen because Frank did make Artem go down to a knee, and Shakur couldn't. So that let you know Frank punch harder. So that's the one I like to see. And it answer a lot of questions for everybody. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, to like and subscribe. Till the next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.